The rumor cycle around Nikon's next flagship has reached a point where it's hard to ignore. What started as quiet speculation has now turned into a full-blown wave of leaks, analysis, and industry chatter surrounding the Nikon Z9 Mark II. If the original Nikon Z9 was already considered a turning point for Nikon's mirrorless system, the early 2026 discussions suggest its successor may be aiming for something far more ambitious than a simple refresh. Instead of a minor upgrade or iterative improvement, the Nikon Z9 Mark II is being described as a camera that could significantly reshape what a professional flagship mirrorless system is capable of. The excitement comes from the idea that Nikon is not just refining existing technology but potentially integrating cinema-level tools directly into a still's first hybrid body. The original Z9 already set a strong foundation with its stack sensor architecture and aggressive performance tuning, but the Nikon Z9 Mark II is rumored to push far beyond that baseline. According to early reports circulating through supply chain leaks and development speculation, Nikon may be working on a camera that feels closer to a compact cinema system than a traditional mirrorless upgrade. In fact, some of the language being used around the leaks suggests a kind of mini Red direction, especially after Nikon's acquisition of Red Digital Cinema, which has fueled expectations for deeper integration between stills and cinema workflows. At the heart of the discussion is the sensor system. The Nikon Z9 Mark II is rumored to feature a next-generation stack CMOS sensor, still in the 45 to 46 megapixel range, but dramatically improved in terms of readout speed. Some reports suggest the sensor could be up to 3.5 times faster than the one found in the original Nikon Z9. That kind of speed increase, if accurate, would have a direct impact on everything from rolling shutter performance to burst shooting capability. Instead of relying on a global shutter design, Nikon is believed to be pushing stack sensor technology to its limits in order to achieve near global shutter behavior while maintaining strong dynamic range performance. One of the more interesting rumored benefits of the sensor speed increase is the potential for extremely fast sync speeds, possibly reaching around 1/722nd. While the original Z9 already performs exceptionally well in fast action environments, the Nikon Z9 Mark II is expected to reduce distortion and motion artifacts even further, making it more suitable for sports, wildlife, and high-speed commercial photography. The idea is not just faster capture, but cleaner, more controlled image rendering even under extreme motion conditions. Another major talking point is low ISO performance. The Nikon Z9 Mark II is rumored to introduce a base sensitivity as low as ISO 32, which would be a significant step for dynamic range and tonal depth. This would allow photographers working in controlled lighting environments such as studios, landscapes, and architectural shoots to extract even more detail from highlights and shadows. If this proves accurate, it could place the camera in competition with medium format systems in terms of image rendering quality, despite being built on a full-frame platform. That combination of speed and tonal flexibility is part of what makes the rumored specifications so compelling. Where things get even more dramatic is in the processing power. The Nikon Z9 Mark II is expected to be powered by a next-generation X-Speed processor, often referred to in leaks as X-Speed 8 or a similar evolution of Nikon's image processing pipeline. This processor is not just about faster image handling, it is about enabling entirely new shooting behaviors. One of the most talked about upgrades is continuous RAW shooting at extremely high frame rates. The original Z9 already pushed boundaries with high-speed burst modes, but the Nikon Z9 Mark II is rumored to support full-resolution RAW capture at up to 60 frames per second, along with an even more extreme 120 frames per second in a cropped DX mode. This is a major shift for action photographers. Previously, ultra-high-speed burst modes were often limited to compressed JPEG formats, reducing flexibility in post-production. With the Nikon Z9 Mark II, the idea is to maintain full raw flexibility even at extreme speeds, which would dramatically expand creative and professional possibilities. Sports photographers, wildlife shooters, and documentary creators would gain the ability to capture fast motion sequences with far more editing latitude than ever before. In practical terms, it turns the camera into a true high-speed capture tool without compromising image quality. However, the most disruptive aspect of the Nikon Z9 Mark II rumors is its expected video integration. This is where Nikon's relationship with Red Digital Cinema becomes particularly important. The original Z9 was already capable of strong 8K video output, but it lacks certain cinema-level features such as full open-gate recording and raw cinema codecs directly associated with Red systems. The Nikon Z9 Mark II, according to leaks, is expected to change that entirely. The most significant rumored feature is the inclusion of 12-bit R3D raw video recording, a format closely associated with Red cinema ecosystem. Alongside that, the camera is expected to support 8.3K open-gate recording in a 3:2 aspect ratio at up to 60 frames per second. This is a major leap for hybrid shooters, as open-gate recording provides significantly more flexibility in post-production, allowing filmmakers to crop, reframe, and stabilize footage without losing quality. It also aligns the Nikon Z9 Mark II more closely with dedicated cinema cameras rather than traditional mirrorless hybrids. If these video features are accurate, the Nikon Z9 Mark II would effectively blur the line between a flagship stills camera and a compact cinema rig. The integration of Red's color science and raw workflow into a Nikon body would represent one of the most significant collaborations in modern camera development. It would also open the door to more unified workflows for professionals who operate across both photography and cinema environments. And that is why the Nikon Z9 Mark II is generating so much attention. It is not just another camera update. It is being positioned, at least in speculation, as a potential turning point for the entire hybrid camera industry.